And you're absolutely right. I don't know that I would call it a stranglehold, but I think that China's position in the global market is certainly one of very clear dominance. And when we talk about choke points in supply chains, I think that they do present an enormous choke point in terms of rare earth supply, extraction, processing, as you noted. The issue is to follow that history to ask why we stopped producing rare earths and why so many of those mines shut down. And it's a very familiar pattern at this point if you follow the impacts of China's trade and industrial policies on the rest of the world. China at some point very, I would say, smartly recognized the relevance of rare earths. And they started producing and selling to the world market at prices that we could not compete with. And our producers successively shut down. So the advantage in terms of China's dominance isn't necessarily a natural advantage. It's not that they have more rare earths, but that they were able to pursue coordinated industrial and trade policies that allowed them to corner the market.
Electric vehicles and renewables are heavily dependent on critical minerals, correct?
Yes.
China accounts for 63% of the world's rare earth mining, correct?
I don't know that particular.
Will you stipulate that China is the majority of rare earth elements, or they control the mining of rare earth elements to a great majority?
I don't know what the percentage of what China produces.
All right, well, I'm telling you right now, it's 63% of rare earth mining will stipulate to it. Okay. By deductive reasoning, that would mean that electric vehicles and renewables deepen our reliance on China, correct?
Yes. Okay.
Knowing this, your department blocked critical minerals in Rapid Creek watershed, correct?
Okay.
They did, correct?
Okay.
I mean, it's your department, and you banned critical mineral mining. Okay, would you also agree that your department also banned it in northeast Minnesota?
Are you talking about the
critical mineral
waters?
mining in northeast Minnesota?
Well, we did a mineral withdrawal in the Boundary Waters conservation area.
You banned it there.
I don't know what kind of minerals were there. I don't think they were critical minerals, though.
Okay, I can tell you there were critical minerals in northeast Minnesota.
Okay.
I'm the co-chair of the Critical Mineral Caucus. I can tell you that.
On the subject of these sweeping mandates related to electric vehicles that the Biden administration has imposed, including now for our military, the metals needed to make the lithium-ion batteries in those vehicles are, of course, lithium, nickel, graphite, and cobalt. Now, can you tell me what nation is the largest producer of refined lithium in the world?
No, I can't.
It's China. Can you tell me which nation is the largest producer of refined cobalt in the world?
No, Senator.
It's China. Do you know what nation is the largest exporter of natural graphite to the United States globally?
No, Senator.
It's China.
Okay.
So in all of these instances, these mandates, your decision to trade off our energy security in favor of a radical climate change agenda is making us more and more dependent on China. Jobs for blue-collar workers in this nation are valuable resources. The livelihood and well-being of American families are valuable resources. The ability of America to have our own industry and not be dependent on China is a valuable resource. Why should those things for millions of Americans be sacrificed in favor of your agenda for radical climate change?
Senator, I know that there's like 1.9 jobs for every American in the country right now, so I know there's a lot of jobs.
Wait a minute. You're telling me you're telling me we've got too many jobs in the country?
Well, I'm saying that we don't have enough people. That's why we are having a hard time finding folks to work at our department. But
wait, you're telling me that we have too many jobs for blue-collar work? Have you seen the number of jobs we have lost in this country to China in the last 20 years? Do you know where those jobs come from? Over 3 million jobs have gone to China. Do you know where those jobs have come from? They've come out of Midwestern towns like the ones I represent. They are blue-collar workers, and you're sitting here and telling me that we have too many jobs in this country? Are you serious?
Senator, we are working hard every single day. We have processed 20 mining applications, 20 mines or mining modification permits since January of 2021. We are moving forward. We're doing our jobs. We're fulfilling our mission for
You're not moving forward. You're moving backward. You're shutting down and denying permits for mines in this country where we can develop our own resources. You're shutting down oil and natural gassing permits. You're approving taxes and royalties that deliberately suppress American energy development in favor of a climate change agenda. And now you're sitting here and telling me we've got too many jobs in this country. We've got gobs of jobs in this country. We don't need any more jobs in this country. I want to take the strongest possible exception to that comment and to that entire mentality, which I think is very honest. I think it reflects the mentality of your administration.
Thank you. Contrary to that, we have created a number of jobs. We have an orphan gas program where we've capped orphan oil and gas wells, an abandoned mine reclamation project that has lifted whole communities up in reclaiming their mine lands that have devastated their communities. These folks have been out of jobs for years, and now because of the bipartisan infrastructure law, because of the Inflation Reduction Act, they found new ways to engage and not only have jobs, but have a vision for what they want their communities to look like. We have plugged orphan gas wells in people's backyards in Pennsylvania, and we're doing so in California and Texas. These are communities that rely on this government to find a way forward for them. There is, unfortunately, a dearth of legacy pollution in this country. Those are jobs, good-paying, well-paying jobs with benefits that Americans are having because of President Biden and his policies. And we're proud to move those issues and those programs forward for the American people.
My time has expired. I'll just say in conclusion again, trading off American energy security in favor of your radical climate change agenda, shutting down good-paying American jobs in our energy sector, and then saying the explanation is we've got plenty of jobs in this country, I think is the most potentially, and this is quite a high bar, I might add, the most unbelievable statement I have heard from a member of this administration, maybe in my time in the Senate. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.